Hey everyone, welcome to my movie review. This is a spoiler-free movie review for X-Men Apocalypse. That's right. I went and saw this movie Saturday, and I know I'm a little late on getting on here and everything and talking about it, but stuff comes up that I couldn't control. So, anyways, that's my apology trying to make up for what happened Saturday. And another thing too is Happy Memorial Day to everybody, and this is going to be my movie review for X-Men Apocalypse. So the first thing is first. This movie opens up in Egypt, exactly where X-Men Days of Future Past left us at, and Bryan Singer actually did a great job with X-Men Days of Future Past. Now he's back to direct X-Men Apocalypse. Now, is this movie just as good as X-Men Days of Future Past? And in my honest opinion, I feel like it is. I mean, you have all the same cast back again and stuff like that. But like I said, this movie opens back up right where Days of Future Past is. And I have to say, I actually liked the way it starts off. It starts off in Egypt. You have the very first mutant that's being born. And that's If Sevenor. I'm sorry if I butchered the name or whatever, but my apologies for the people that are actually going to actually kill me towards the end of this and torture me for getting that wrong. But anyways, this movie opens up in Egypt, and I love the first 5-7 minutes of this movie because you actually get the tone of what this movie is going to be about. And then I love how we're also introduced to Jean Grey. We're also introduced to Cyclops. We're introduced to Jubilee. We're also introduced to other mutants that we actually grew up with in the comic books as well as inside the X-Men cartoon. Now, this is what I have to say about the whole entire thing. If you're looking for Jubilee to do a lot in this movie, I hate to tell you, she doesn't really play a significant role in this movie, but I'm going to get to that later on. That's as far as my negatives go towards this movie. But anyways, that being said, the whole entire thing is really great. So pretty much, I love how Professor X ends up bringing Scott into the whole entire deal where he's being recruited for the first time, and then you actually get to see Jean Grey for the first time being in the movie. And this is the type of Jean Grey that we expected from the original movies, of course, because this is taking place in the 80s and on the 2000s. But that being said, I felt like the girl who plays Sansa Stark actually knocked it out of the park for me. I felt like that she was Jean Grey through this whole entire movie, and she didn't let up. I thought she was one of the best things about this movie. And then you also have Quicksilver. Quicksilver's back in this movie again. He gets longer screen time, and he knocked it out of the park with his performance. I felt like he was very spot on. I felt like he stole the show from all the other X-Men characters and stuff like that. And it also has an 80s throwback to Sweet Dreams and everything. You'll get to see that inside the movie as well. But I actually enjoyed his character, and then Nightcrawler. I've never really cared for the Nightcrawler character. I guess it was because of the way it was perceived in the second X-Men movie, and I wanted maybe a little bit more of Nightcrawler. But in this movie, I got a lot more from him, and I actually liked how Nightcrawler was done. And I actually grew attached to his character to the point where I can actually say now that I'm actually a Nightcrawler fan. And that's actually saying a lot because that's the job of the directors, is to go on ahead and make the best performances for their actors, to make you believe that those are those characters. And he did a great job bringing his A game to that character. Now, as for Apocalypse, I feel like this. I feel like, if they're going to end up doing this movie, you need at least if he's going to be Apocalypse, he needs to be towering over these characters and stuff like that. And to me, I think if they went on ahead and got the special effects on 300, I felt like maybe they could actually make him a little bit taller than what he was. But other than that, though, that's like little small nitpick things, because I felt like Oscar Isaac did a fantastic job playing Apocalypse. I felt like it was very menacing. I felt like this is a dude that I need to be scared of because you never know what he's going to be capable of. Because he's making these other mutants a whole lot stronger than what they're supposed to be. And there's that fear that, what's he going to do? How are the X-Men going to actually get this guy? How are they going to kill this guy off at the end, is the payoff going to be fantastic? How are they going to do this? And it all wraps up and everything, and it ends up being great. It ends up being great. But, you know, I felt like with, let's see here, Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence and everything, her performance was very good. I thought she was going to be milking it the whole entire movie, but I didn't feel like her performance was really milking per se. But that whole entire speech felt out of place to me, especially where they ended up putting that in that movie, because it doesn't amp you up for the fight, and it doesn't really do anything, in my honest opinion. I felt like it felt flat. But like I said, this movie is great. Bryan Singer did a great job with this movie. The interactions with these characters was very spot on. I'm also gonna have to say too that I love the fight scene. I love the seeing Wolverine back in this thing again. And just for a little small bit, you actually get to see Wolverine. And it's not a spoiler because it's inside the trailer. And, you know, just seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again, and then he's gonna be doing Old Man Logan later on, that's gonna be great to see on screen. There's not too many negatives about this movie at all. The pacing of this movie was fantastic. The humor is in there. The action is in there. It doesn't really slow down. It doesn't really feel like a 2-hour movie, because once you're in there, you're in. It doesn't take you, and nothing in this movie takes you out of the movie at all. And that's one great thing about it. Now, is this movie, and now I'm not going to try and compare two different things, but some people will be asking me, oh, is this movie better than Civil War? And my honest opinion is Civil War is still the better movie. It's still the better movie from Batman vs. Superman, and it's still a better movie from Apocalypse. But that being said, I felt like it was good. I couldn't find anything wrong with this movie at all, except for maybe, like I said, some little small details where Apocalypse, to me, should have been towering over the mutants, because he's Apocalypse and he's supposed to be this big old huge mutant. But that's just my personal opinion. As for everything, Jubilee, to me, I don't really know why they even had her in that movie at all, because of the fact that she didn't really play a significant role in this movie, other than say, hey, Jubilee's in here. She didn't show any of her mutant abilities. She never really focused on her superpowers at all. As a matter of fact, she didn't really do anything for me being in there. And then you also have Angel is in there. And then he gets transferred into Archangel. And that was an awesome transformation. And especially if you're an Angel fan, especially if you didn't like how they did everything in The Last Stand, you're going to appreciate what Bryan Singer did to this character, because he has longer screen time this time. And I felt like, you know, that you're going to be able to like this movie. Then you also have the Blob. The Blob plays like a little small significant role in this thing, and he was only in it for not even 5 minutes, maybe 5 seconds of the thing. But it's like little small cameos, so nothing felt overcrowded or anything. It's just to say, hey, we're here. We're setting the tone for the next X-Men movie if possible. So that's what I felt like. I didn't feel like anything. All the characters was there. Pretty much all the characters were necessary to be there, all except maybe Jubilee, and then of course the Blob. But Archangel and Angel and everything, the transformation of that was very good, very spot on. With that being said, I'm going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Just for the simple fact that, you know, the movie pacing was very good. Maybe a small negatives and stuff like that. Little small things that didn't really bother me, but still, I just felt like, you know, a 4.5 out of 5 is actually deserving. And that's just my score. So anyways, tell me how you guys score this. Do you guys think it's a 5 out of 5, 4.8 out of 5? What do you guys think? Did you guys like X-Men Apocalypse? What didn't you like about X-Men Apocalypse? Did you think that there were some characters that didn't belong in the movie? Or, you know, just go ahead and comment below and tell me what you think about this movie in general, because I like to actually have a full-blown conversation with you guys and see what you guys think. So, with that being said, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe button below. And until next time, bye-bye.